Yo, hopefully you guys are doing well. Want to do another recap, keep you guys updated on this account. I am down 4K on the day. Low-key got cooked today. Price action after the morning when we kind of had this big move up, ended up kind of just continuing to slow down. It's still around 9:30 for me, around 11:30 p.m. EST time. But basically, the two trades that I ended up taking, I took two losses today. Both were shorts that ended up getting stopped out. I think that there might be something that might play out later in the day, but I've already kind of hit my stop on the day. But I took a trade pre-market going into open. I was looking for rejection of the 4-hour fair value gap of kind of like replay price here. Going into the morning, we had ES put in an SMT internally. We had a 4-hour fair value gap that we were currently in as well. From this area, when I saw this SMT get put in internally, I wanted to see NQ or ES sell back to Asia midnight open. So where Asia ended up closing, I wanted to see us come back down to this, go take the internal generated sell side. So when I zoomed in, we had this bearish SMT that got put in, internal buy side got taken. We had a 1 minute change in the state. So I entered in short. My stop was at the high, was looking to take partials at the internal low and then let the rest of my contracts go lower. When market opened, we ended up just pumping straight to buy side. So once we ended up having this move, I was okay with it. I was kissing, okay, got stopped on this first trade. What's my bias now? We ended up rebalancing back higher, taking the internal high here, as well as rebalancing to the 1 hour. There's also a 4-hour fair value gap here. And then I ended up taking an early short. I think the problem today was just a little bit early on the execution I was having without the really proper validation. I think both of them were decent, but just not A+. Looking at this trade that I ended up taking, ES ended up putting in a bearish SMT at the highs, got a 1 minute fair value gap to the downside, entered in short, and then we ended up putting in a bullish SMT at this low. So NQ ended up taking this low beforehand, and I decided to still hang on to this. Now, the reason I hung on to this and didn't take partials or take it off when this SMT got put in play is because I wanted to see price continue lower, and because we had already put in the bearish SMT at this high, I just wanted to see ES flush through it, and I already had accepted the risk that I put on the table for it. Had everything that I needed for it. I would say the only thing that was bad about this setup, it was just a little bit too zoomed in. If I was going to take this trade, I probably should have maybe taken it off at the internal low or when the SMT got in, because the bigger time frame did not validate the change. So if we had gotten below the 5 minute change, then I would be okay with holding this more. But because we never actually got below the 5 minute change in the state, it probably was better for me to take it off earlier once that SMT got put in play than it was holding it, because so far the bigger time frame has not validated a switch to the bearish bias. So overall, giving back some profits from the big day on Friday. The account's still sitting well at around 34K, 35K. So we'll see how the rest of the week ends up playing out, but wanted to put this on you so you guys can continue to kind of follow along the progress of this account. I started it at 15K. The high was around 39K before today, gave back some profits. So we'll see if we end up getting a setup maybe later on in the day that's like really calling out to me, but I'll probably end up just being done for the day and see what happens the rest of the week. But just want to give you guys a quick rundown of kind of what the account is and overall the trades that I took today. Definitely think that there's room for improvement. I don't think that the setups today were super high quality. I don't think that they were terrible though. I did manage risk, so I'm overall happy with that. But overall, I think that one win literally after this, if we can get one good setup tomorrow, or later in the day, or maybe even the rest of the week, depends on the day, would wipe out these losses. So we'll see what ends up happening the rest of the week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.